American Morning, the most news in the morning, period. Weekdays 6 Eastern.
According to a new UN AIDS report, there are 33 million people living with HIV in the world, with a huge percentage of them in Africa. Well, now another report is out, published by the Black AIDS Institute. It's trying to raise awareness about the AIDS epidemic right here at home, and it says AIDS in America today is a black disease. According to the report, as many as 30,000 new HIV infections occur among blacks each year. And this is startling. HIV/AIDS, the leading cause of death among black women aged 25 to 34. Dr. Sanjay Gupta joins me now here in studio. I mean, this is incredible. We were saying just a minute earlier, I was live at a Harlem hospital on World AIDS Day a couple of years.
Several years before that.
Linda is HIV positive, one of the many faces in an epidemic that is plaguing the black community.
Sadly, AIDS in America today is a black disease.
Phil Wilson is the CEO of the...
Also tonight, back here at home, a jilted lover is now under arrest, accused of abducting and eventually killing his ex-girlfriend, all because he claims she gave him a deadly disease. Local 10's Janine Stanwood is live for us where the murder victim was abducted.
Lori, it was in this parking lot, actually, where that 23-year-old victim was abducted. And we have to warn you that what happened after that, the details leading up to her murder are tough to hear, and the judge recounted them in court today.
Once she was out, once you were out of the car, they asked you, what happened? Why is she bleeding? Allegedly, you replied, I shot the because she gave me HIV.
Getting this case back again a second time on this count under these circumstances it's very frustrating. It's very disheartening.
It was a historic case. The first HIV patient in the state of Idaho convicted of intentionally spreading the deadly virus. More than a decade later now, he is back behind bars for allegedly offending again. Late this afternoon, in fact, we learned that the grand jury has indicted Carrie Stephen Thomas of 7 counts of knowingly transferring the HIV virus.
And he's already served several years behind bars, but tonight that is where he finds himself once again. News Channel 7's Allison Newton broke this story on KTVB.com and joins us with more.
Well, this was a landmark case in the 1990s, and as you mentioned, Thomas has since served time for the crime. But prosecutors say he once again had intimate relations without revealing his condition to his partner.
As that trial continues, another one reaches its conclusion today in Regina. Travis Smith will be sentenced today. The former CFL player was convicted of aggravated sexual assault for knowingly exposing 2 women to HIV. The CBC's Jeff Leo has more.
As Travis Smith awaits his sentence, there are 2 things beyond doubt. 1, he's been found guilty of aggravated sexual assault for having unprotected sex with 2 women, exposing them to the virus that causes AIDS. And 2, he'll be spending at least 2 years in prison. This woman was in the courtroom when Smith was sentenced. She can't be identified because of a court-ordered publication ban.
I started to shake and I started to almost cry. I was happy and relieved a little bit too, because now it's over. It's over, and it's, he's stopped.
For 2 years, she was one of Travis Smith's girlfriends.
After about a year into the relationship, we had to talk about whether or not we were monogamous, and he told me he wasn't with anybody else, and actually around that time is when he told me he loved me.
It turns out there were many other women, including a wife, the mother of Smith's 2 children. The girlfriend went to get tested for sexually transmitted diseases the same day she found out. 2 weeks later, she discovered she was HIV positive.
Just burst out in tears right away.